Well, face masks, they seem to be a new fashion trend nowadays, I would say that fashionable face masks are perfect for people who feel that they are not handsome enough or pretty enough, just like me. Hi and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this week's Figure News Fix. We will be taking a look at anime skill figure pre-orders between the 1st of May to the 6th of May 2023. This should be a holiday week in Japan, I think, because there are many days without new figure pre-orders. And yeah, the number of skill figures this week are a lot lesser than last week. This week, we can say that the main highlights would be the Hell's Paradise week. Yeah, that is an ongoing anime series, a seasonal anime. We'll talk about it in a second. Before that, we jump into Amiami.com, and as usual, we take a look at the top 10 above. First place, we have Needy Girl Overdose, something like that. There was a pop-up parade last week. This week, we have a skill figure of the same exact figure, like almost the same exact pose, but from Apex Toys. I have no idea what that character is though. In second place, yeah, no surprise over there, that Girl from Hell's Paradise, that is in second place. In third place, oh, this should be a carryover from last week, Tei Takumi from the Persona series. She went on pre-order, we released last week. And then in sixth place, we have something from Arknights, that is a Furyu figure, if I'm not mistaken. And that is about it for the top 10 for Bishoujo scale figures. On the 6th of May, there are no new scale figures on this day. Yeah, that Umbrella Girl over there, she went on pre-order last week as well. A really good looking figure. And then we move down directly to the 2nd of May. There are no figures on pre-order in between. Okay, so that figure of Will from Danmachi, yeah, that went on pre-order weeks ago. There's an image update. I'm going to skip that. But before we move on to the scale figures, there are these two action figures which I am very attracted to. I don't collect action figures. I don't know much about them, but I would like to bring them up. They are from a company called Snail Shell. It's a relatively new company, Japanese company. So this one right here, House of Sand Saori, one by Job Skill action figure. And then there's another one over here, Shikura, right? So these are not Figmas, they are not Revoltech and so on. But there's something really nice about them, very attractive about them. See, I'm not sure if it is the body proportions or the character design, but I think part of it has to do with the character design as well as the props, the accessories that are included. This looks fantastic, you see? Look at that. I think there are extra parts for you to cast off the figure, more like part swapping. That is a very nice thing. You see, and for all the props, all the details and diorama you're getting, 14,000 yen isn't really too bad. This looks fantastic. The same applies to the other character over here. I know nothing about these characters, but if you ask me, would I love to have this pair of figures? Yes, I would. Man, this is fabulous, you see. Max Factory, they really need to put in effort with their Figma line, or really, there are going to be competitors from other brands which will outdo them. You see, these action figures, I think they kind of justify their pricing compared to the Figma line. Sometimes you get so few parts and they are like 8,000 yen, 10,000 yen each nowadays. This is fantastic, really. Okay, so the first skilled figure of the day, we have Jigogaku Gabimaru from Hell's Paradise, 1x7 scale by MAPPA for 22,000 yen, standard price for 1x7 scale nowadays. I'm not sure what the quality of figures by MAPPA is like though. I don't think they are the ones manufacturing the figures themselves. It has to be outsourced, right? They are just licensing it out. Anyways, let's have a look at the pictures over here. Those effect parts are great, but I am concerned about the durability. Yeah, that looks very fragile to me. And then speaking of the anime, oh, here we go. There are support rods. I really hate those, man. I really hate support rods. Understandably, you will need those parts to support it or they will start sagging over time, especially in hot climates, but still I really hate those support rods. Will I purchase one? Yeah, absolutely not. Not for male characters at least. So I'm skipping this one. The next one here, also from Hell's Paradise, we have Jigogaku Yamada Asaemon Sagiri 1/7 skill, also by MAPPA for 22,000 yen. More effect parts. You see, with this specific figure, I'm not so sure because the effect part looks kind of cheap to me. At the same time, if you loved this anime, Hell's Paradise, then it is unlikely that you will have any other choices, right? If you want all these 3 main characters, then you have to buy this 3 by MAPPA. Unfortunately, all 3 went on pre-order on the same day, and it is very likely all 3 will release in the same month, so that is quite tough on your wallet. Not a very detailed figure, but for 22,000 yen, well, not too bad really. I'm not a fan of the character design of this Asaemon over here. And this has to be my favorite of the trio. I think a lot of you guys would agree, right? So we have Jigokuraku Yuzuriha 1/7 skill. You see, this one is maybe because she is more popular, so the price is a bit higher. Yeah, because of that tree trunk over there, right? 24,750 yen, which I think is still a rather fair price. This is definitely my favorite of the 3. And as for the anime Hell's Paradise, you see, I just watched the first episode so far. I'm not really feeling it. You see, I know that it is crazy popular. It is one of the most popular anime series this season. Maybe I should give it a couple more episodes before deciding whether I really like it. But the first episode, yeah, it was something special. But at the same time, I'm not really feeling it. It doesn't feel like my kind of anime. I should give it a second chance really, because I've heard a lot of good things about this series. As for the figure, this character here reminds me of that assassin in Log Horizon. Log Horizon is one of those isekai animes which I really loved, but there were mixed opinions from many people because, yeah, the animation part isn't that great, understandably. Her name was Akatsuki. This assassin called Akatsuki from Log Horizon. This looks like an adult version of her. Akatsuki used to have a scale figure by Fat Company. It is crazy rare and expensive. So you'll see with this seasonal anime stuff, right, it can go both ways. If the anime does not get a season 2, or it wasn't memorable enough, then everyone will forget about it within 6 months, and then when the figures do come out, which is like a year later, people would have lost interest and the value starts plunging, the value starts going down, and those who pre-ordered, yeah, you paid a bit too much. However, if the anime was really successful, then the exact opposite would happen. The value would shoot up, yeah, it would go way up after release because there were no other alternatives to these 3 characters if you want their figures. So this is a tough one in my opinion, but if I were to pre-order, yeah, this would be the one, Yuzuriha, but I will skip the other 2. The next one here is another original character by Union Creative. This is Bia Illustration Yuna-chan non-scale, 21,000 yen. At non-scale, the figure is 26 centimeters tall, which is fabulous. That is almost 1/6 scale, yeah. Well, face mask, they seem to be a new fashion trend nowadays, you know, ever since the pandemic started 3 years ago. We had gaming companies, Razer and so on, they make face masks with all those RGB lights, and then you have all kinds of fancy, fashionable face masks being sold out there. I would say that fashionable face masks are perfect for people who feel that they are not handsome enough or pretty enough, just like me and my ugly face, you know. Yeah, we cover up our face and no one could tell how we look like in public. Anyways, with this figure over here, well, this isn't a very detailed figure because it is a swimsuit figure, bikini figure, can't expect too much. The one thing I don't like is how those bikini straps are glued, pasted on the body. Because normally when your breast is curving out like that and the bikini strap is being pulled tight, yeah, there would be some tension over there, you know. The strap won't be sticking on the skin surface. So this is what we normally see in, yeah, lower cost scale figures where the detail department isn't quite up there with the best companies. Yeah, Union Creative is one such company. And I'm not sure why they are putting so much emphasis on those butterfly effect decals on her, because I wouldn't consider that as extraordinary detail. It is just a decal. So this is a figure where you buy depending on whether you like the character design. Simple as that. To me, it feels a bit plain, a bit too ordinary to my liking. The next one here, this is interesting. I mean, Evangelion Gacha Portraits Premium Evangelion Rei Ayanami tentative name. Are they going to change the name after release? 4-pack box. What? 4-pack box? Are you getting 4 figures in one? Can't be, right? Let's see the content. Assorted according to the maker's rate from 3 types. We have Clear Hair A, Clear Hair B, and SP version. I have no idea what this is. Anyways, Bandai is letting us pre-order price figures now. This should be price figure quality stuff. Or they are just trying to compete with pop-up rate. The same one applies to these two over here, Gacha Portrait Premium Evangelion Kaworu Nagisa 4-pack. I have no idea what this 4-pack thing is about. The next one here, Comic Shingeki Taihei Tengoku Cover Girl Yui Nishina version 2. 1 by 5.5. Of course, it is going to have giant TDs, and it has to be by Q6 or A+. This time around, this is by A+. 22,000 yen. Should I click on the picture? Yeah, maybe one will do. Yep. And then there should be a second version over here, right? Oh, different color. Is it a different color? Yep, 2 different colors, but if I have to choose, I prefer this blue over here. Anyways, this isn't the kind of figure I would buy, right? The next one, we have Needy Girl Overdose. OMG Kawaii Angel-chan. That is such a cringy name. 1 by 7 scale by Apex Toys, 18,800 yen. Well, value purchase really. You get all those parts and on the base, you know, and this thing is less than 20,000 yen. Of course, with Chinese brand figures, if you are able to converse or read Chinese, and you go to Chinese websites, especially Taobao, you order there, you purchase it there, it is actually marginally cheaper than buying from a Japanese site. Yeah, that is the advantage of buying from Chinese websites. Once again, I have no clue what this character is. I'm going to guess this is a VTuber character. That is me guessing. Correct me if I am wrong. But wow, that outfit, it looks like those, how do you put it, those shiny silver wraps you see people put on some cars. I don't know why they do that. Yeah, I think the figure would look fabulous in person as an actual figure because of those extraordinary finish on the surface of her outfit. But this isn't my kind of figure. I'm skipping this one as well. The next one over here, yeah, this is just another entry in that set of 5 characters. We have E-Stream Shibuya Scramble figure, Ichika Nakano, floral dress version, 1 by 7 scale. I've said it before many times. If I were to buy figures from this series of quintuplet sisters, this wouldn't be it. I would go for the casual ones by Good Smile. I think they are more accurate representation of what the characters are like in the anime. The next one from the same series, we have Miku Nakano, E-Stream, almost 30,000 yen. I like the colors on this one a bit more compared to Ichika earlier. Yeah, I'm skipping this figure as well. And then the next one over here from Arknights, we have a 1 by 7 scale figure of Murdock Silent Night DN06 version by Furyu, 26,000 yen. You see, Furyu is so random with their pricing. Yeah, most of the time they overprice their figures, but this one 26k for what you're getting, pretty fair. This is a very fair price. Yeah, the color is a bit too dull. This is almost monotone, almost black and white. But nonetheless, you get that bench she is sitting on with all those cloth covering it. Candle set. The figure, 26,000 yen. This is a great price. Go for it if you like what you're looking at. Furyu's figures, they are actually kind of decent. The only problem is the price usually is not is not making much sense, but this time around this figure is an exception, just like that Megumin figure that went on pre-order weeks ago. It was like 33,000 yen, but you get that giant effect base, which was excellent value. This one is also a great value coming from Furyu for twice. The next one here, this is actually my favorite figure of the week. Girls Frontline UMP 45 Lob-eared Agent version. 1/7 scale from Hobby Max, just under 20,000 yen. The pose is very simple. We do get a unique base, but there is something about this figure which makes her so adorable, so attractive to look at. I like this one a lot. However, with Girls Frontline figures from Hobby Max, right? Hobby Max, their figures are actually great. The quality is Kotobukiya level, maybe above that a bit, but the quality is kind of consistent. So with this brand, you don't have to worry too much. And their figures are actually not that difficult to find after release. So I don't think it is a bad idea to wait until after release, but at the same time, this is a relatively affordable figure. If you want to pre-order it, go ahead and do so. Sometimes simplicity is not necessarily a bad thing, and this figure is a great example. The next figure over here, Seiden RG Veda Asura 1/7 scale by Hobby Max Japan as well, almost 26,000 yen. I have no idea what this character is, nor the origin. I don't know anything. But you know, I really dislike figures with this shaft bending head style. Yeah. So the pose over here, not my kind of thing. I'm not a fan of it. It almost looks like the character design came from classic anime from like 20 years ago. That is the feeling I'm getting over here. Other than that, I don't know anything about this character. I'm skipping it. The next one here, this is a classic Sayuki Reload. There was an anime series, I think 50 plus, 60 plus episodes if I'm not mistaken. It was from the early 2000s, and then later on, back in the late 2010s, there was a remaster, Sayuki Reload, that's what it is called. Sayuki Reload Zeroin. Genjo Sanjo, complete figure by Union Creative, just under 18,000 yen. For what you're getting in this package, this is good value, right? I know that Union Creative, we have discussed about this so frequently, their QC can be inconsistent, but you're getting a chair over there, a couch over there with the figure. 18,000 yen is great. I'm not expecting this figure to be a big one though. It is probably around 1/8 scale. You see the outfit, not detailed, I could tell from these images. So 18,000 yen sounds about right. What is the height of the figure? See, 15.5 centimeters. This is 1/8 scale actually, even though it's non-scale on paper. Speaking of Genjo Sanjo, I want a scale figure of the FGO version. Yeah, that Basti monk. Please, someone make a scale figure of her. I want one. I really want one badly. This figure, however, is a skip for me. Okay, so these are the only figures on Amiami.com for the week. And then there are another couple of figures we jump to Ninin Game. Okay, the first one over here from Phoenix Tenitol series. This is Niji Sanji. So this figure isn't on Amiami.com because, well, it is apparently a Furyu store exclusive, but you can get it on niningame.com. Niji Sanji, you better get it. Yeah, you better pre-order it because this character, this VTuber is so popular that I'm not sure if she would be easy to find after release, really. Tenitol, they are mass-produced, low-cost figures. So maybe they will end up overproducing this figure. There is always that possibility, but we're talking about Niji Sanji over here. Maybe pre-order it if you like her. I'm not collecting VTuber stuff, by the way. And lastly, this pair of Nikon Sojo figures over here. We all know it is a nude lolly at this point, so I'm not going to click on it. There seems to be a new one pretty much every single week. So if you're interested, go and check it out yourself in niningame.com. And that concludes this week's figure news fix from 1st to 6th of May. Not many figures this week. My favorites are perhaps that Yuzuriha figure from Hell's Paradise. I need to watch the anime, try it again. And UMP 45 by Hobby Max. These two are my favorites. But there are nothing for me to pre-order this week, thankfully. So which are your figures this week? Which one are you interested? Let me know down in the comments below. And thank you very much for watching. See you guys again very soon. Goodbye.